For this review, I have chosen the Nintendo 3DS game Etrian Odyssey Untold, the Millennium Girl from Atlus. The game is best described as a turn-based dungeon exploration RPG, woven with a variety of narrative and interactive elements to create immersive gameplay. According to Ernest Adams and Joris Dormans in the book Game Mechanics: Advanced Game Design, Etrian Odyssey Untold fits under the adventure, role-playing, and strategy genres. Accomplishment of the narrative's main goals spur the player to explore dungeons. The player must manage the equipment and strengths of a party of 5 different character classes to achieve battle advantages, as well as players must devise their best offensive strategy within the positioning of their party members and to find the right timing to apply certain character skills for the party's benefit. This type of game would most notably cater to hardcore gamers for its customizable strategic gameplay. However, Etrian Odyssey Untold has gone a route that many recent Japanese RPGs have followed in enabling a very easy mode for those who want to enjoy the game for its narrative and visual qualities rather than for its gameplay. The core mechanics of Etrian Odyssey Untold involve the player's strategic use of attacks and skills to defeat a set of enemies during turn-based battles, as well as the player's ability to explore and thoroughly draw maps of the labyrinth-like dungeon levels using the 3DS's touchscreen. The game's satellite mechanics include secret shortcuts in dungeon walls, as well as the ability to jump between floors once the locations of the stairs have been accessed. These features enhance gameplay by allowing players to access certain areas or floors in a more timely manner, allowing them to avoid random enemy encounters and effectively achieve quest goals with less effort. These mechanics are introduced through gameplay and aided with infographics to summarize their purpose and usage. Uncertainty within Etrian Odyssey Untold is mostly employed within dungeon exploration, most notably through mapping and random encounters. The self-created map mechanic falls under complexity uncertainty. Within the first pass, the player will come across forks in the road that may either continue to the rest of the floor or lead to dead ends. Additionally, these dead ends may either contain points of interest or nothing at all. Output uncertainty, which is manifested through random enemy encounters, add risk to movement within the labyrinth. Although an encounter likelihood indicator in the bottom right corner increases with each step taken, the player will not exactly know how many steps they may take before a battle is prompted. Etrian Odyssey Untold follows a linear narrative structure as it proceeds from beginning to end in chronological order, with the advancement of the story as straightforward as seeking the end of each dungeon floor. Unique to this installment of the Etrian Odyssey series is the inclusion of animated cutscenes to bind the gameplay and literary narrative elements together. Rewarding within the game tends to follow a continuous schedule, as rewards are guaranteed for each action which falls within the core mechanics. For example, players will always gain items from killing monsters, which they can in turn sell to gain currency and to unlock new equipment within the shop. Likewise, each step that the player first takes on a new dungeon floor allows them to add more information to their maps. The economy of Etrian Odyssey Untold largely runs in a state of dynamic equilibrium, as the player is constantly generating and spending resources through the balance of time spent between dungeons and the town. After accumulating resources through battles, the player will then return to the town to sell their items for currency and to heal their party. Randomly encountered monsters act as the sources for income in the game, requiring the player to defeat a large amount of them in order to accumulate enough currency to purchase new equipment. One challenge with the game is the presence of a constant resource drain in the form of costs to use essential services, such as a small price must be paid every time the party's health is restored, or characters are revived from 0 HP. Since the bulk of the player's budget is spent on outfitting each of their 5 party members with a set of equipment, the cost to restore one's party to optimal battle condition may place further pressure on the player's spending habits.